major thing is, bro, what it makes you feel like about these things, right? You can have your opinion, and one more thing is I got really annoyed looking at news when I was here, because I don't usually watch Indian news channels.
Good.
Stuck to CNN and BBC, Al Jazeera, that kind of thing back in Dubai. And then when you come here, I watch NDTV now and then just to know what the fuck's happening in India, when you're there. And you watch here and you just see everyone's cut off from their opinions.
I think TV opinions need to be manufactured. That plays a major role.
So it's all cut off. So another thing I wanted to do with this podcast is I'm in contact with a few people to get in about politics and this and that, and have deep conversations about it. Everyone needs to have a deep conversation about everything.
About something.
Yeah. And as Indians, if you're supposed to become a much better human, that's what I'm going to say, much better human, is to understand everything in depth about all around them.
Touche. Yeah.
You agree with that?
That's generally true. The more you know, the more well informed you are, the more well informed you are, the better you are, I guess. I mean, the amount of information that you currently possess plays a major role in, deciding where you stand on the moral compass.
True. As well as it's information which is related to other things around you, but I'm talking about how you would feel if I say something and I'm meeting you for the first time. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Say, okay, for an example, right? Where I grew up with a lot of white people in Dubai.
Right.
I had like so many of them. And they really care about what you feel about certain things if they are friends with you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So if you're going to do something and I'm asking you to do it with me or something, and then I'll just be like, listen, are you okay about doing this? You get to see this kind of stuff in movies. Because when they talk about feelings and this and that, you see, but when it really happens to you, it hits you on a different level, because you're like, my dad never asked me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you get it? But I'm talking about people's relations with other people is not entirely open over here.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, are you saying that people are way more judgmental here? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. That's generalizing it. That's generalizing.
I'm just putting a term to it.
Yeah, but that's if I say that now, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I was generalized. But
yeah, look at this guy coming in from a different country, judging Indians.
Judging us, yeah.
Judging Indians. Us.
Yeah, that happens, man.
That happens within the country, so it might
It's like a culture shock.
It is.
You went through that.
People going from one part of the country to a completely different part of the country is a culture shock in itself. I mean, so in Chennai, if you're friends with your neighbors, right? First of all, I think now it's pretty rare that I come across people who have actually lived long enough in one place to be really good friends with their neighbors or something. But you picture it in a very docile manner, right? Like you would see each other in passing, have a good conversation. The place where I stayed, my neighbor used to jump across compound walls to give me a bear hug. He was very violently affectionate that way. You will never see that happen here.
Huh.
Just the way people express their affection towards other people becomes a culture shock, because there you're used to, just waving a hi, or how's the day, uncle, and then he will just come running to you and pick you up and hug you and drag you with him to have lunch, irrespective of when and how you meet. And here it's just, hi, how you doing? Oh, cool, man, I'll see you later.
Here you mean?
Yeah.
Chennai.
Yeah. I will never brace myself for a bear hug here when I talk to people, even people who I see on a daily basis.
That is some disconnect though.
Yeah, I went to Delhi pretty recently, last year I think, and it was weird because when I went there, I was so used to Chennai and Tanjore and whatnot. I went there and I said hi to one of my friends, and his entire family just like surrounded me, and they had no regard for what my itinerary was. I was there because I had some work to be done on a particular day, and I decided to extend my visit by a couple of days. And right between work, I found like about half an hour to go meet one of my friends, and he had like he cared absolutely 0% about what I'm doing next. It was never, hey, so what are your plans next? It was, you are coming with me now. We are going,
that,
to have dinner right now.
Exactly.
You're gonna have a sleepover at my place, and that's what's going to happen. And tomorrow morning we're gonna go have breakfast. And I'm like, I have work here. I will drop you, but you're not making your own plans until then.
I love those kind of people. It's all my trips right now. I made one to Dehradun for a wedding.
Right.
I only knew my travel plans. I didn't know where I was staying, what I was doing, where I was eating, what was gonna happen, how much cash am I supposed to carry, nothing. It's like, bro, just turn up, please. Okay. And I went one day ahead because I wanted to see Dehradun. So took a scooter over there, roamed around, saw the place. Then that's it. The next couple of days it was just like his plan. And people are just like so different, man. It's over here. I think there are still few people here who still do that. It's very handful
Here
of them.
people are less. They're more reserved, I guess. They're more restrained. I mean, people. Luckily for me, I have been surrounded by people who are generally affectionate towards me. That doesn't change. So I'm not saying one kind, one group of people is more affectionate or more empathetic than the other, but the way in which they express it is so different, so radically different.
Do you think that's because of, obviously, different cultures? I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
It comes on like North obviously has a different culture. Even South itself has a lot of different cultures. And so there's like a huge difference. When you go from here to there, and they're like, okay. Okay, they're not that welcoming, but they're pretty cool people. I don't know if I should be in this room or in my friend's room. Sort of things come up all the time. But it's been crazy country, man.